So I'm sitting with Dave Chase, who's co-founder and chief executive officer of a company called Avado. Now, Dave, we're here at the Health Datapalooza, HDI Forum number 3 here in Washington, D.C. We're just wrapping up. You can hear a lot of noise in the background, but tell us a little about you and the company Avado.
Okay, my name's Dave Chase, as you said. My background was a consultant and then the founder of Microsoft's healthcare business. Implemented, reviewed a lot of different health IT systems over the year. And in terms of Avado, what we are is we call it a patient relationship management system to basically provide healthcare professionals collaborative care tools for that 99% of the time when the patient's not there that actually drives the outcome, particularly in chronic disease scenarios. So that's really our focus.
So this is a program, Health Datapalooza, and there was a breakout session today that was actually moderated by Atul Gawande,
Yep.
a superstar, rock star, and it was standing room only. Now, you were part of the panel in the post-breakout session on sort of the nitty-gritty, the hardware infrastructure requirements of ACOs. What was your primary message today?
Well, I'd say the primary message is, and I think there's this increasing realization that it's virtually going to be impossible to succeed in a value and outcome-based model without recognizing that, it's long been said the patient's the most important member of the care team, but they've kind of been an afterthought in terms of health IT. So that to me is the key message, is once you have that recognition, then it's all about how do you weave them into the process, and there's a number of ways to do that.
You gave an excellent presentation, I might add. What was your sentiment from some of the interactions and questions in the panel that followed?
I was really pleased with the presentation. I think they recognized that, in fact, before we even came on, they talked a lot about patient engagement, realizing that was going to be kind of a make or break for them once they identified. Of course, they need to identify who they have to really target. But once they do, they need to engage them. In fact, earlier today, Secretary Sebelius kind of set up half of our demo, which I appreciate, which she talked a lot about remote health monitoring and how you can send notifications and reminders to patients to track particular things, whether it's qualitative stuff like wheezing or how hard it is to walk up the stairs or weight, blood pressure, and whatnot. And so that was one of the two things that we demonstrated during the breakout.
And I would assume ACOs are one of your primary markets.
Absolutely. I mean, the sweet spot for us is anybody who's in a value and outcomes-based model. They're the first ones to really recognize how critical it is to weave the patient into the process.
So anyone, not just ACOs.
Yeah, I'd say the other big bucket for us is patient-centered medical homes, because they're in a similar dynamic where they're, it's a proactive model of care, weaving across various providers and not just one provider. And so that's a great category for us.
Okay, so to wrap up, 2 questions. What was your high point of the event so far?
Well, I would say that Secretary Sebelius' talk was very interesting to hear her talk and what was going on, the priorities and what they're doing. And Gwande's talk, he's really a great storyteller. It's not like he's got the same level of energy that like a Todd Park has, but boy, he's a great storyteller, and he told he compared the death rate of our soldiers in wars going back to the Revolutionary War, and we finally done a much better job of improving the survival rate. And it wasn't about some new breakthrough technology. It was about kind of systems and process and attention to detail and resourcefulness. And so
nuts and bolts.
Yeah, it was really inspirational.
So how do people reach you?
Best way is email, dave@avado.com, AVADO, or you can follow me on Twitter at @ChaseDave, or just go to our website and fill out a form and it'll get to me.
Okay, great.
Thank you so much.
You bet.